I'm not sure what just happened. Oh, yeah, I'm starting over. Okay, new video, part two. This, I'm not sure what happened. I know what happened. I hit the stop, took a picture or something. So I was talking about the factory where they made these actions, and I will compare the Mauser action on this. That's why this gun is there. That's Carl's Gustav Mauser, and it's model 96 Mauser. So it's not quite as beefy. It's not quite as long, but it's the same design. It has the Weatherby Mauser. This one has an extra lug, and it's longer. There's the Mauser actions. You can tell they're the same. There's the extra rear lug on the Weatherby version, or the 98, and you can tell it's longer a little bit. He put his own bolt on and trigger mechanism on the Weatherby. That piece of crap out of the way. Actually, I like this gun. This is I made a video about it before. I did this burning, but it's a 6.5 by 55 Swede. Really old gun. It shoots really good. It's got a 29-inch barrel. Everybody likes a longer barrel. It's not necessary on the 6.5 by 55, but it also has a trigger job and stuff, and got some really cool wood burning. By chance, I happen to have my initials on there. So back to the Weatherby. Now here, we'll get rid of that. Here's Mark V action. Now it's got the 9 locking lugs. There's better videos in this, and it's the same circumference, same thickness. Here it's fluted, which is makes it smoother, and then these lugs won't catch on something when you work the action, whereas quite often these, when you have the 2 or 3 lugs in the front, and the narrower bolt, it's just not quite as smooth. Now Seiko actually makes it's in the Seiko plant that they make this action on the Weatherby, and in the United States still, though, which is kind of cool. Seiko's a well-made gun. So, and that's another thing about the Vanguards. Vanguards came out when they moved in 1970, in the 70s, when they moved to Japan. I'm going to get rid of this this Mauser because it's kind of a little bit confusing. New gun. It is another Weatherby. It's the Mark 17 or Mark 22. It might be Mark 22/17. It's a 17 HMR, and it's actually an Anschutz. So Weatherby has been using other manufacturers for a long time, putting their stock on it and their finishing touch. I think that's all they did with this one, is put a different stock on it. On these other ones, they did some trigger work, but with Anschutz, you're not going to improve much on that. So, and that's the same with the Howa 1500s. I don't know if I've never had an actual Howa not made by Weatherby, but the Vanguards, I've had all 3 of them. I had the 1976 Vanguard in a 270 Weatherby. It might have been the 80s, in 1980 something. Trade that on a Colt revolver Python, which I had both of them back, but I tend to buy guns, sell guns, so I can try out new guns. I can't afford to keep them all. Probably could have. In the long run, that Colt would be worth a lot. And so back to in the Vanguards, I had the Series 1. It was fine. And then this Series 2 I had for just a short time, and sold those. They were both 24-inch barrels, and with the 257, they're both in 257. It's really important to have a longer barrel to burn up all that extra powder. They're over chambered. In a 300 Weatherby, it's not really over chambered. It's just really efficient for a Magnum. Okay, now one of the reasons I didn't like the Vanguards was the 93 bolt throw like these Mausers have. So goes up and almost hits the scope. Mark 5s, 54 degree, shortest in the industry. Oh, this is really awkward, but anyways, so that's really nice. I mean, look at all the space you have. Now this Mark 2217 has a military bolt on it, military style bolt, and I guess so you can use it with gloves. And it's, I don't know, that's probably that's only 54 degrees too. Maybe that's an Anschutz thing. Of course, it's Anschutz. It's really nice. That gun, a cousin of mine shot. We were shooting gophers at a 22, and he had a 22. He was shooting gophers for one of the first times, and then we switched guns. And I pointed out the ammo difference ahead of time. I said, okay, well, the 22 ammo was up here on the dash, and the 17, up here on the table. And 17 ammo is over here in a different spot. And anyways, long story, make it a little bit shorter. He put 22 long rifle shells through this 17 and didn't plug it. He wasn't hitting anything, and he couldn't figure out why. And after he pulled the trigger on the second one, I said, that doesn't sound right. Grabbed it. I ejected a 22 long rifle. Luckily, it was a Yellow Jacket, which have a huge hollow point. And they're only 36 grain or something like that. 32 grain, I don't know. I forgot. And there was no rifling. You couldn't see any rifling, but it wasn't plugged. I cleaned it really, really good, put that foam in it, and I thought it was screwed. But apparently they use really good steel in these guns, and it still groups. It groups, a quarter, which is 3/4 of an inch at 100 yards. I think it did group better than that before, so it definitely didn't do it any favors, but it didn't wreck it. It's so surprising that it fired them. I don't think a Savage would fire 22 rimfire, 22 long rifle rimfires. If you shot them, they probably wouldn't even chamber. They barely chamber 17s in a 17. And if any of you disagree with me, try it and prove me different. No, I'm just kidding. Savage is a fine gun. Just, it ain't no Weatherby. Okay, so this was part 2. It was supposed to be mostly about my grandpa's Southgate, California, Weatherby, and a little bit about Route 66, but I didn't, I kind of just made it about these 3 different guns. So that is that's Chilliwack. That song is by Chilliwack. Most people would think it's maybe the Beach Boys, but they wanted to break into that's. First of all, that's a band from Chilliwack, BC, originally, I think, and which is close to Vancouver. And anyways, that it worked, and they got their first hit in the United States with that song. So anyways, hopefully this video won't get cut because of that little bit of Chilliwack music. California Girl. Buy it on YouTube. I mean, buy it on iTunes, SoundCloud, or I don't know, whatever. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. That 17 video I did on 17 has never made it up. It didn't make it, so I'm going to have to change something on that, like the title. Okay, see ya.